What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Fantasy Puck video. It's Chris, and today we are going to be going over the must-add players. This is week 5 now, or we're 1 month in at this point, essentially. Most teams are now at that 10-game mark, which is going to give us a good general idea of where teams are sitting in their respective divisions, who's hot, who's trending upward, downward, which players are hot. But guys, at the same time, now that we have a little bit of sample, it's no reason to panic on your players, even though you have expended some high quality draft picks to some good players. That doesn't mean that you need to panic necessarily right away. I've seen so many trade suggestions and questions for you guys, or from you guys in Discord and stuff like that. Just remember that, like, have confidence in the guys that you've drafted. I've seen people drop guys like Thatcher Demko in some leagues. Like, it's ridiculous right now, guys. Please do not panic on your players. We'll talk about that in a little bit later in the video. But a good opportunity for you guys to join the Discord if you guys have any questions or concerns. We have a huge fantasy hockey population going forward. Discord is the best place for us to answer questions, for Mike and I to answer questions, as well as, guys, if you're interested, we have a bunch of premium options for you guys as well, including our player projections and our trade analyzer. That's available on our Patreon. That'll be in the description down below as well. And guys, make sure that you're following us on Twitter. Dawn has been just killing it with the amount of, whether it's player updates, lineup updates, players trending upwards, downwards. Dawn is on top of all of the fantasy hockey news on a day-to-day basis, and that is all updated live on our Twitter. So make sure you guys are following us on Twitter as well. Also, before we get started, Prize Picks, if you guys are interested in signing up for that, they will match your deposit up to $100. Make sure you use code PUCK when you do sign up, guys. It supports us, and it supports Prize Picks as well. So definitely do that if you guys are interested. And one last thing, the Movember campaign that Mike and I are doing, this is something that's just very important to Mike and I and Dawn, all of Fantasy Puck. Essentially, we want to definitely promote men's health, and we will be taking donations to try and raise money towards men's health and men's mental health going forward. That link will be in the description, and we personally will be matching your guys' donations up to $500. So we're going to try and raise close to $1,000. So if you guys are interested in donating, there will be a link in the description down below. Let's get right into the video, guys. Up first, we have Andrei Kuzmenko, and a lot of these players in this video will be either utility players or guys that are just extremely hot or seem to be trending in the right direction, guys. And Andrei Kuzmenko has definitely been hot as of late. 8 points in his last 4 games. He's still line 2 with Elias Pettersson and getting power play 1 time as well. He's got 32 shots, 49 attempts. He's shooting the puck continuously, and he actually leads all Canucks in expected goals for and high danger scoring chances. Guys, these are all of the right trends. We knew Kuzmenko could be somebody that definitely contributes offensively to the Canucks, and even though they've had a really bad start, we believe that Kuzmenko is a really good option. He's only 24% owned. He should be readily available. Look for his production to kind of continue going forward here. We expected quite a bit of him just based off of early preseason watching and early preseason stats. We recommend you pick up Kuzmenko just because, number one, he's really hot, and number two, he's getting exposure to Pettersson and still power play 1 time. So definitely pick up Kuzmenko if he's available in your guys' leagues, if you guys are looking to add to your shot volume and scoring. Moving on, we got David Krejci, who is 28% owned, and he didn't play in the game on Thursday, but he is likely to return to the lineup on Saturday. He's currently a point per game right now. He's got 2 goals and 6 assists in 8 points. He does have a low shot and hit volume, but he does get power play points pretty consistently. He's had 4 power play points in his last 8 games. And he should be owned in most points leagues, in my opinion. I just think that any type of center, whether it's like, especially at Krejci's level where he's a really good playmaker, and I know he didn't play in the NHL last year, but it looks like he hasn't missed a beat at all. Any kind of exposure to David Pastrnak at this point is good, whether it's Taylor Hall or David Krejci right now. Like, if he's back in the lineup on Saturday, I think you guys should definitely pick him up going forward. He's going to continue to get a bunch of assists, a bunch of power play points. So if that's something that you guys need on your teams, or you guys are in a points league, I think Krejci is a great pickup just because of the sheer exposure that he's playing with Pasta, right? All right, moving on. We have, I went backwards there. Excuse me, guys. Necas, 69% owned. Guys, this is the only time I'll probably have Necas in the must-own players video going forward, because number one, he's 69% owned, but he should be 90% owned in all leagues. Like, he is on an absolute tear right now. 12 points in 10 games. He's had 4 multi-point games. He's got 30 shots in 10 games. He's averaging close to 20 minutes time on ice. And he's power play 1 on top of that, guys. Like, there is no reason why Martin Necas should not be on your team. He's producing at over a point per game. He's shooting the puck a lot. He's getting 20 minutes time on ice. He's getting power play points. Like, he needs to be on your guys' team. Short and sweet. If you don't have him on your, if you're one of, if you're somebody that doesn't have the 31% that doesn't have Necas on your team, go pick him up right now. I promise you guys his production will continue. Carolina's just been obviously like a very good team in general, and that second line's just been rolling, and Necas has been driving that line. Essentially, him and Svech have just been going off. So I highly recommend that you guys grab Necas if he's available in your guys' leagues. Last but not least, on the 20% owned plus players, we have Vitek, Vanecek. Mackenzie Blackwood left the game yesterday, and Vanecek seems to just be the number 1 guy in New Jersey now, and he's had above a 947 save percentage in his last 3 starts. I don't expect these numbers to kind of continue, but at the same time, it seems like New Jersey has figured out their woes. They've been on an absolute roll. They're now 8-2 in their last 10, and again, like this is a goalie that was drafted in most leagues and had over 55% ownership at one point in the season, guys. I know it's early, but again, this is why you don't panic. This is why you make sure that you hold on to your players. And, you know, Vanecek's had his up and downs, obviously. Like, people thought New Jersey came out of the gate with a rough start, which they did. But at the same time, it's like you don't know how the teams, you don't know how the players are going to whether progress or regress over the course of the season. And we're only 10 games in. So Vanecek is definitely a really good option if you guys need a goalie to either stream or you need a solid third goalie that's now going to get a lot of volume. We don't know the severity of Blackwood's injury, but again, Vitek, Vanecek, really good option. He's played really good as of late. He's won all 3 of his last 3 starts, and you know, I don't expect him to be a 947 goalie, but he's hot right now, and I would highly recommend picking him up if you need a goalie. We're going to go on to the less than 20% owned players now, and Alec Martinez is an anomaly in the NHL. He is a absolute must own if you guys count blocks in your leagues. I don't care if you have 6 other categories. If you guys count blocks, you guys need Alec Martinez on your team for the sheer fact that he is just an absolute block machine, and nobody in the NHL comes close. He is the block version of Radko Gudas. Radko Gudas being just an absolute hit machine. But he plays over 20 minutes time on ice, guys. Like, it's not like he's doing nothing. He doesn't, like, he's 6 of his last, he's had more than 6 blocks in 4 of his last 7 games, guys. Like, he's just incredibly consistent in the block department. The only downside is he really doesn't do much else. But if you guys are in any kind of head-to-head weekly matchup, like, Alec Martinez is an unbelievable player to have on your team if you count blocks in your leagues, just because he could just outright win you the category if he gets like close to 20 blocks in a week. Like, that's actually ridiculous to even say out loud. But again, the downside is he doesn't really do much else, so he's really kind of a unique utility one-off type player. I don't see him, he occasionally hits, occasionally shoots, but again, like, you guys need to own this guy if you count blocks. Moving on, we have Ivan Barbashev of the St. Louis Blues. He is now on line 2 with Vladimir Tarasenko, and he's also getting power play 1 time. St. Louis does like to split their power play, so whether it's power play 1 or power play 2, it doesn't really matter. They roughly get around the same amount of time. So that's really good upside right there for Barbashev in itself. And then on top of that, he's got good hit volume as well. He doesn't really shoot the puck too much, but, you know, he'll get the occasional 1-2 shots a game. He's really just there for hits, and he's had a slow start to the season, but he did have a 60-point campaign last year, and he's currently shooting at 6%, guys. His career average is 18%. He's not a volume shooter by any means, but the fact that he is like less than half of his career shooting average means that he's going to see an increase in his production going forward. He's got a couple points to start off the season, but it's not a lot by any means. I just think Barbashev is a great option for you guys to pick up if you guys need a player. He's dual eligible as well as center left wing, so that gives you another good option as well. But, you know, any exposure to the second line with Tarasenko, I think, is good exposure. And, you know, Barbashev 18% owned, like, you can't really go wrong with that. Moving on, we have Frank Vatrano of the Anaheim Ducks. Now, obviously, Anaheim's bad. We know this. And if you guys do count plus minus in your leagues, I'd probably shy away from Vatrano. But for a guy that is 8% owned, like, I don't think that he's bad value by any means. He's line 1 right now, playing with Trevor Zegras. He's power play 2. He's got a high shot volume. He's like in the top 25 of shots in the NHL right now, averaging around 3.27 shots a game. 12 blocks and 16 hits isn't that bad either. He's contributing in other categories, obviously not at a high rate, but he's still kind of chipping in. So anytime that you get a guy that's just 8% owned and has a good shot volume, it's like, you want to have this guy on your team, especially in deeper leagues. There's no concern with him like not getting ice time. Like I said, like he's line 1, power play 2, averaging around like 1730 a night, and he should definitely help you guys in the shots category. Guys, that is going to do for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Again, leave a comment down below on some of the players, whether you have trade questions or add drop questions, anything like that. Discord will be the best place to join up and ask anybody in our community. We'd be more than happy to help you guys, whether it's our mods or myself or Mike. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.